Hi friends, this is regarding Theatre Command for Indian Armed Forces. At the outset, let us see what is Theatre Command in fact. We all are aware of the term theatre or drama. Here, a number of actors play different roles for single goal under single director. Same concept of theatre is being applied in the Indian Armed Forces. Here too, there will be only one chief or you call it director who will control all three branches, Army, Navy, Air Force together. If at all it happens in practice, there will be no more three chiefs and no more three branches. Clear cut, one chief and one branch only. This is simply known as unified or theatre command. You are also aware of that India has undertaken the biggest ever military reform for theatre command. Let us see what is their objectives. First objective is to get better control, better command, better coordination and better planning. Second, to get unified approach to fight future war. Third, immediate response if at all required in urgency. And fourth one is cost effectiveness. As regards cost effectiveness is concerned, I would like to submit a recent example. India's Armed Force and Air Force, Army and Air Force, both required Apache helicopter from USA. Therefore, for these two branches, two separate orders were submitted, for which India paid 2,500 crore rupees more. Had it been single order, India could have saved this amount. See the significance of unified command or theatre command. Now, before I go ahead, let us see first a glimpse into the global past. First of all, in 1863, in USA, infantry and cavalry fought the war unitedly. In 1923, for the first time, Britain had created the post of Chief of Staff. Same was followed by USA also later, but in different name of Chairman of Staff Committee. 1960, it is Britain only which merged all three branches of the armed forces together under the CDS, under the Ministry of Defense. As regards the current position of the world is concerned, almost all the big armies of USA, Britain, France, Germany, Russia, China, all are theaterized. Only one country was overdue, and that is India and India alone. Now, what is India's current position? Let us see. In January 2020, for the first time, India created the post of Chief of Defence Staff. On this post, General Bipin Rawat was appointed. Second thing, India already have two working or functional commands. First one is Andaman Nicobar Tri-Command, created in 2001. Second is the Strategic Command, created 2003 to look after nuclear stockpiles. Three more commands in the meanwhile have been unified. First one is Defense Cyber Agency, second one is Defense Space Agency, and third one is Special Operation Divisions. All these theatre commands of recent one done 3-1 are working under the CDS only. Apart from them, India is also a pacemaker in setting up joint service training and educational institutions. First of them was done in 1949, it was Joint Service Wing. Then National Defence Academy, NDA Kharagwasla in 1954. The Defence Staff College was done in 1950. The National Defence College was done in 1960. Then College of Defence Management was set up in 1970. All these joint training institutions have played vital role in bringing all the officers, irrespective of their services, together. They have imparted training and education together. Here all these officers understand each other. And here they developed inter-service camaraderie also. This is very, very helpful now when India is dreaming for theatre command. Now let us see what is the proposal, concrete proposal. As regards proposal is concerned, India has already set up a committee. This committee is comprised of 4 general rank officers. This committee is supposed to work out details of tri-service commands. As regards present position is concerned, India has total 17 commands. Out of 17, 7 of Army commands, 7 of Air Force command and 3 from Naval commands. So total 17. So India has the proposal to compress all these 17 commands into 4 or 5 commands. Which are the 4 and 5 commands? They are Northern Command, Western Command, Air Force Command and Marine Command. If required, then 5th one, Peninsular Command. Apart from these 4-5, there would be 2 more, Training and Logistic Commands. Okay, this is all about in detail tri-service proposal, tri-service dream of India. Now let us see analysis part. We all are aware that the concept of theatre command is basically American origin. America had done it for the purpose of overseas deployment of their armed forces. As regards India is concerned, India is only a defensive force. It has no dream for overseas deployment of armed forces. Then what for India is going ahead? Is it required for India? Is it justified? This is what we have to analyze here. In this regard, I would like to submit 2 views from services sides. And both the views are conflicting to each other. First of them is Air Marshal P.C. Lal, who was Air Chief during 1971 war. He says the best lesson they got it during the war was inter-service cooperation. If inter-service cooperation was already there in 1971, when India was no theatre command, then what is the need of theatre command today? Moreover, 1971 war win was not an ordinary win. This is unprecedented from 2 points of view. First is, India ensured around 1 lakh surrender. Prisoner of war surrender around 1 lakh, unprecedented in the history. Second was, India fought war under the shadow of nuclear threat of USA. So from this point of view, India had fought extraordinary war and also got extraordinary win. Then if India was winning this kind of war in 1971, this was the time when India had no theatre command, then what is the requirement today? This is one view. Other view is submitted by Air Marshal Vinod Pandey. He cites an example from IPKF, peacekeeping force. It was deployed in Sri Lanka. He says during this time, inter-service cooperation was not there. Okay? But this was only IPKF, peacekeeping. There was no war. Number 2, that review committee was constituted after Kargil war. That also they also support the theatre command. But Kargil was not in fact a war, it was a conflict only. On this basis, no concrete conclusion could be drawn. And third view is given by a Sikatkar committee. Sikatkar committee, General Sikatkar committee was constituted in this purpose. They also say there should be theatre command. And another committee of ministers also supported them. But all these views are not very convincing because their experience are not based on war. But one more thing is very important in this regard. And that important thing is the practical pressure on India. India for the first time realized joint threat by Pakistan and China both on border now. They will be 2 joint, but India will be alone to fight. India has no proxy like Pakistan as China has. And what India could do? What India can do is to bring all the resources together and then mobilize them properly, wisely. And whatever resources India has, all they unitedly can fight together. Perhaps this is the one reason on the basis of which we say that India requires theatre command. This is what the proposal. So oneness and jointness is required to face this kind of threat. This is all about first part of analysis. Let us see the second part. Second part is relating to the task of General Bipin Rawat. He is supposed to complete the work of assignment of theatre command. But it looks now his task is not going to be very smooth. Recently he made a statement. He said that Air Force Command is mere a supporting command, like engineers, like infantry, and this has created a controversy. Immediately, Air Chief has reacted and reacted very sharp. He said, no, Air Force has many more role to play, not only supporting one. This kind of statements should be avoided, needed to be avoided, whatever it is. Decision about theatre command is not taken by any service head. It is taken by the government. And at this stage, many questions are unanswered. But the committee set up by the government in this regard is expected to thresh out all these differences, all these problems. Hopefully that will be done. Now the third part of analysis is the military psychology. Military psychology is also not a small thing. In this regard, I would like to quote one famous military theorist and historian. He is B.H. Ladden. B.H. Ladden says that the only thing harder than getting new idea, please listen carefully, the only thing harder than getting new idea into military mind is to get an old idea out. This is what he said. It means it is not very easy to put any new thing into the mind of military, the Sainiks. Whatever, you can succeed to impart them the new thing, they will accept it. But whatever old things are kept into the mind for centuries, this is not very easy to take them out from their mind. This is what he says. But here, our soldiers, our officers are responsible a lot. They know the need of the nation today. Know the security crunch at this stage when China is sitting there on the border. And hopefully, they will able to sink their differences among them for the sake of national interest. I wish so. You can also wish the same, that priority should be given to the nation rather than to the individual, and hopefully they will succeed it. This is the end.